Hey, Howard, how's it going, mate? Thanks for tuning in. And just to remind everybody that I do these videos just for educational purposes only, information, and this does not mean that I'm suggesting or recommending you take the same trades that I do. You can if you want to, but it's up to you to manage your own account and to use good risk management. I don't give signals. So let's just enjoy, have a good time, and see what the chart's going to give us today. End of a good week. End of a good week trading, I hope. I tell you, it's there's been some great opportunities this week if you just catch the right move. This was a good one here this morning in the Tokyo. Kicked it off this morning, very bearish, and then they just before Shanghai and Singapore opened, they pushed it up a little bit, but then Shanghai and Singapore they just continued down, and that's where we got our low today of 43.10. So that was a good run from 43.64 to 43.10, $54 move just in the early morning hours, which for you there, I think is around midday. The charts. I don't know. Were you able to catch any of that? And then after that, that good bearish run, we've had some sideways movement, and it looks like it's kind of wanting to go back up. Here's the first candle on our, remember our Tokyo lunch run. This candle right here on a Tokyo lunch run, which I don't really pay attention to anymore, but I should. And it came down, rejected the low from over here, rejected that low price, and then has continued up. Now, if you look at the situation now, you're probably asking, did I take this trade right here? Because my rules based setup says that if it breaks above and closes above the downward trend line, then I would go long. If it breaks below and closes below the upward trend line, then I would go short. And I got to be honest with you here. I did not take that trade right there because I look at two or three different things. I try to get confluence. Sure, the trend line is a very good strategy. It works well, but I saw that the stochastic is quite high. You see here it's over 90 now, and it's approaching this PD, the previous day low, and that's a key level. And I was kind of in two minds. Is it going to break above and just fill this gap that we've got from over here? Just keep going up and test this Asia high again, and maybe even go up to our, where's our previous day high? Way up there, 44.49. I don't think we'd get up there today, but and now it's really going well. This is after the first hour. It's just turned top of the hour right now, and they got a good bullish candle showing here. This looks like it's ready to go to higher prices. I don't know if anybody else has got in on that. Hey, good afternoon, Alex. Yeah, we'll have a look at Nasdaq. I didn't take this trade. I could have, would have, should have, but didn't. And this just reinforces, you got to trust your strategy. My stop loss would have been down here around 4309, and I would have had 4336. Pretty big stop loss. But anyway, we'll see how this plays out. Really hesitant to at this key level here. Not knowing, not sure. Of course, we can never be sure, but it looks like it wants to break above that and keep going. So Alex says, let's look at Nasdaq. I haven't adjusted my strategy yet, my trend lines. Let me get this all back in the way it should. Come over here, and I believe that's right. And then we got this one here, then up there. And yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. That looks good, eh? Yeah, we're getting a break above. This is the candle here. This is on the 10 minute. And that's the top of the hour candle there. So if this breaks above and closes above, then I believe I'll go long on the Nasdaq. Getting all sideways movement. Whoa, look at all this sideways movement all day long. From the beginning of the day, dropped a little bit sideways, came up a little bit, but it's looking very, very tempting now, eh? Every pullback is stronger than the previous one on gold. I'm just watching this Nasdaq. I'll go back to gold in a minute. This is looking very interesting here. Still got a few minutes. Still got 7 minutes on this candle. And wow, it's close to that previous day high. Had a stellar day yesterday. That was incredible yesterday on the Nasdaq. Look at that. This is the opening of Wall Street right here on this candle here, and it just went like a ballistic missile. One, two, three, four, five, six, 70 minutes of green candles without hesitation. What a beauty that was. And Alex did very well on that trade yesterday. Got in nice and early. So let's see what this is going to do. NASDAQ, that's looking really good, eh? These are the kind of trades I like. When you get this very little distance between your trend lines, that means the stop loss would only be right about here. And that's good. That's good. 30,064. Put the stop loss at 64 and just let it go up. So, yeah, wow, look at that. Oh, still got 5 minutes on this candle. It might go up and hit the previous day high before I even take the trade. Let's go over and look at gold before that finishes. Yeah, I think you're right, Alex. And I'm glad, kind of glad a little bit. It's still early, but kind of glad I didn't take that trade. That's what I was thinking about this key level right here, that it might get rejected. And I didn't want to try and just, get 20 or 30 pips here. Because gold has been bearish. Look at that. That's yesterday. This is the New York session. Nothing but bearish. And then Tokyo Open, Asia, Shanghai Open, nothing but bearish. So what do I always say? When something is bearish, I look for an opportunity to go short. The trend is my friend. And when you go against the trend, it usually doesn't work unless you're one of those traders that likes to do counter trend trades or a scalper. Let's go back and look at NASDAQ. Oh man, that thing is going now. Hey, okay, going to pull back a little bit. Still got 2.5 minutes on this candle. I will go long if this stays where it is. Get rid of this. No, I won't. You see what I got down here? Watch 29,750 for a continuation of the trend, thinking that I might get a pullback to lower prices before it takes off again. And this was recommended to me by Claude AI. Claude sends me an analysis every morning when the market opens, and this was the recommendation on NASDAQ for a potential retracement and better entry price. But I don't think it's going to come back down here now. Looks like it's headed for the moon. We've got another 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'm going to go long on the NASDAQ, guys, right now. 128. Just stand by. I'm going to go over to my MT5. Okay. And where should I put my take profit? Let me zoom out a little bit here and see where a good take profit would be. Just above the previous high, I think. It'll probably crash through that. Okay, I'll put it just above that. Let's say 175. And my stop loss, I put my stop loss right about there. A little bit lower, no, it doesn't need to be too low. I say, mm, okay, 55. Put my stop loss at, no, 60. I put my stop loss at 60. And the take profit at 175. Done. I can change the time on the competition, but I'm not going to because the first 2 hours, I don't trade at that time, and I don't like the spreads and the volume on the first couple of hours. I've got it 15 minutes before Tokyo opens. Why do you want to change the time? Yeah, Claude is my buddy. Claude is my buddy. Gives me some good analysis sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. I like the way it just pulls everything from the internet, all these news sources and everything, and it sees everything on the chart, all the trend lines, indicators, moving averages, previous day high and low. It sees all of that stuff and then breaks down an analysis accordingly. So, and it does it in just a few seconds. Where it was a take, if it would take me, and I have it do the analysis on the H1 and the M10, and they use the H1 for the slightly bigger picture, and the 10-minute for the entry. So now that I've entered the trade, it's starting to pull back. And that's very normal. I can almost guarantee that will happen. The market is just sitting there waiting for me to enter, and then it will reverse direction. Of course, I'm just joking. Sometimes it seems that way, eh? So we'll go back and look at gold. And yeah, it's kind of the first candle before a couple of candles ago. This is the first one at the top of the hour. So they had a little bit of momentum, but now it's fizzled out. So look at oil. What's oil doing, by the way? Whoa! Gold should be going down, eh? Oil is going up, gold is going down. Sometimes. That's not reliable. Sometimes it's an inverse relationship, but it's not always that way. But most of the time, I think it is. So oil going up after it dropped down. Yesterday it was up and down. Look at that. That's crazy, eh? You talk about manipulation. Boom, boom, boom. So it never got back up to the price it was yesterday. What was that, about $83 nearly? It's getting back up there though. All dependent on what's going on in the Middle East. And nobody seems to know what's going on. What's the DXY doing today? Whoa, gold should be going up. Gold should be going up. What in the world? Gold is going down and the US dollar is going down. You see that once in a while. Man, the market, this is just unbelievable. Oh my God. Of course, gold is coming up now. Well, yeah, with the DXY going down like that, you would expect that gold would be going up. But this morning, gold was going down and the USD was going down. But now it's starting to move. Hey, it seems to have broken away from the magnet. Starting to go now. And of course, now I'm wishing I had taken that trade there. Does anybody have a trade open on gold? Hey, Kingsley, good morning to you. Long time no see, buddy. No, I don't use the trend rider strategy. I haven't used that in years. That's an older strategy from Mario Singh, and it's a good swing trading strategy, which I used to try to do years ago, but I don't do that anymore. It works best on the 4 hour or the daily chart. You wake up, Alex, at 5 a.m. my time, Thai time, to check the gap up or any trade there. Wake up at 5 a.m. There is no point in trading at 5 a.m. There's no volume. There's the spreads are too high. I can change it. I can change the start time to be 5 a.m. I'll do that later today. I'll do that just for 5 a.m. Monday, start time for competition. Okay. Kingsley, the strategy I use now is what you see on the chart here. Okay. I use trend line strategy. Get rid of that guy there. And this is the downward trend line, which goes back to the monthly chart. The monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 2 minute, all the way back. And this is the upward trend line, and it also goes back to the monthly chart. It's a top-down analysis. And the way it works is if this candle breaks above and closes above the trend line, then I go long. If it breaks below and closes below this trend line, then I go short. Now, I didn't go long here today. I have to be honest with everybody. I didn't go long here today because it's, as Howard says, it's Give Back Friday. So maybe I've got that stuck in my head and I'm a little bit cautious, overcautious. But I was also looking at this previous day low here, which is a key level, and I was thinking it might just go up there and fall back down because I look at that, and also the stochastic is quite high, and also that we are really in a bearish mindset here for the last couple of days. And so if I went long on this, that's a counter trend trade. That's against the general bias. So all of those things kind of flashed through my mind, and I did not take this trade. And that was at 43.36, and it has gone up to 43.48. So that would have been about a $10 move, 100 pips, if I had taken that. You know, there are some brokers offering gold 24/7. I've seen one broker already offering that, and another one is going to start it very, very soon. 24/7 for trading gold, Saturday and Sunday, which is crazy. Who wants to trade gold on Saturday and Sunday? I looked at it, and the spread is $15, 150 pip spread. There's no point. Why would you take a trade on with a 150 pip spread? So let's go back and look at Nasdaq. Ah, of course. Of course. Just as soon as I took that trade, I took it on this candle here. That's okay. Stop loss is at what, 30, at 60, I think. Yeah. It's all good. No problem. Just a momentary pullback to the 8 EMA right there. And then it will continue up. I should have entered near 94. 94 is right. 94 is right here. No, that's too early. If I was watching it and, well, let's see, if I had, yeah, if, that would be 94, be about right there. That would be, yeah, that'd be 10 minutes before the top of the hour. But I'm not looking at the chart at that time. But yeah, you're correct. If my trend line would have been here, it would have broke there, and then I would have gone long on that candle there. Yep, maybe 97. But that's okay. I'm not. I don't sit and look at the chart all day long. I know some people do. And I was thinking, okay, I got in here. I can still get a, maybe what's at 100 points. Put my trend line back up there. Okay. Yeah, in a bit of a, let me see. But nothing ever goes straight up or straight down, except last night it did. Look at that, unbelievable. Last night it just went straight up. Wow. For an hour and 10 minutes. Amazing. Maybe it will do that tonight in the New York session. I don't like the Friday New York session. I think most of the traders they want to have a long weekend, and it's not very reliable. So Kingsley, are you still trading? I hope you're still here. Oh, we got a lot of people watching. By the way, if you've just tuned in and you haven't followed before, let me know where you're watching from. It's always interesting to know in the comments. And of course, also be Yeah, now I'm back, I guess. Just momentary. Just looking out the window here and it's clouding up, so we might get it's raining every day here, monsoon season. Monsoon season from April to November, 6 months of the year. Now the magnet is working. Look at that. The magnet is working. Coming back to the magnet. So I'll just adjust my trend line now. Wow. That goes way back there. Okay. Now, for here, guys, this is where I would retrace a little bit, take some pressure off the stochastic, maybe fall below the previous day low, and then it comes up and breaks the trend line. Then I would go long because you've got all of this up here. You've got the Asia high, you've got the previous day high way up there, you've got the pivot point right there at 43.81, 43.80. So if this breaks above here, then I would definitely go long. But it needs to get away from this magnet, away from this key level here. And it's not showing me just yet that it wants to do that. So this is unfolded really nicely. This was my main chief concern in taking a good trade on the gold. Bitcoin hit your take profit while you were at dinner. Wow. Excellent. What's Bitcoin doing, by the way? Let's have a look at that. Oh, you were short Bitcoin, eh? What was your take profit? About 62.788, the first support level. It looks kind of weird on the 10-minute chart. Does anybody ever notice that? Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, you were short Bitcoin, eh? And it's at 62.715. It always looks kind of strange when you go to the 10-minute chart. I don't know why that is. So Howard got a good trade on the Bitcoin. Yay! Well done, Howard. Well, if you don't like raining much, then you probably wouldn't like Thailand. No, it's kind of strange. It doesn't rain all the time. It's just when it will rain. If it's going to rain, it will rain. We might get a week where it rains a lot, and then it doesn't rain for a couple of weeks, or it might rain for 1 or 2 days, and then it doesn't rain for a week or so. But we just right now, this last week is when we've been getting really hammered. The hardest rain is in October, and oh man, we get flooding in October. It rains a lot. So still got a few people. What, Kingsley? Are you still here? I think you bailed out. Yeah, check that out. That's definitely being a very strong magnet. So which way will it go? I'd like to see it just retrace another couple of hours, and then crash above that trend line, and I'll go long. But have to wait and see. Nasdaq, come on. Yeah, now we're going. Now we're going. That's all it was doing. This candle here just playing with my head. That's all it was. Just trying to get me all worked up with the emotions. Now it's going. It's got its eyes set on the previous day high. So, Alex, you have a trade on Nasdaq right now? I assume that you do. You're telling me I got in too late. Boss, you're using Bitcoin Binance. Shift to Bitcoin US dollar, crypto. Then you have a better view. Oh, okay. I don't really look at the chart very much on Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin. I just buy Bitcoin. I buy every couple of weeks. I don't care what the price is. I just buy as a digital asset for the future. But yeah, I'll change the chart later and maybe it'll give a different view. It's funny that it does that on the 10-minute chart, though, but all the other charts are okay. Okay. Well, it's kind of got a line of resistance there around 125. Need to break above that and keep going. Go back and look at oil before I close out. I got up to 82 and falling back a little bit. And DXY still going down. It slowed down a little bit. And you know why this is? Because all of this news that we got this week, they're not so they're not so sure there's going to be an interest rate hike. They're not going to put the interest rate up. Of course, it's 50-50 or 60-40 now, but they're not so sure. They thought that that was going to be like a sure thing. But now all the news that we got this week, inflation has cooled off a little bit, and so that's not good for the U.S. dollar. They were expecting interest rate hikes. Anyway, but we just pay attention to what the price tells us. Oh yeah, you told me this morning you had a trade on Nasdaq, but you didn't get in again. You didn't re-enter the trade, I guess. Yeah, you got it. You had a short trade over in here, and then it went changed direction on you or something. But this is looking bullish now. I think the Nasdaq is definitely bullish now. I think we might see higher prices today. I don't remember what the all-time high is on Nasdaq. I'll find it right quick. The all-time high is 37.59. Is that right? Yep, 37.59. Well, we're getting pretty close to that now. 37.59. So maybe next week we'll break above that. Yeah, it's on with the U.S. It's a comedy show. That's all it is. It's a comedy show. Everybody's seeing who can make the most profit out of manipulating the market. And also, if you're, watching the replay, don't be shy. Drop a comment if you have any questions. I always reply to all the comments that I get, and that also helps the channel, and I appreciate it. So, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate you watching and being here and all the comments. Thanks very much. And TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday. So I hope you all have a great weekend wherever you are in the world. I hope you have good trading for the rest of today, and I'll see you next week. Any comments or questions? I'll see you in the Telegram group. Yeah, I know, Howard. It's Give Back Friday. Okay. I'll see you guys next week.